were a bit raunchy and raucous.
We kept you on a really short leash.
Nice to be on someone's leash sometimes.
I was gonna say, with that hair, you better play an instrument. It is so rock and roll. I love it.
I think she's a they. That didn't come out right. Can you do this for,
People would do
a
anything for a
donut?
t-shirt.
That's like genius.
There we go. Welcome to the Rainbow Remix, Julie. We finally have you here.
I know. I'm so excited. Oh, look, Denise has her official lesbian flannel holiday shirt on.
I put it on just for this.
This is so great.
Yeah.
I did not dress for the occasion.
Me either.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right. It's freezing here, so yeah,
You had 2
flannel
weeks.
works.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's a brisk 74 degrees here. I just need you to know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I had to bust out socks. This morning it was below 70.
Oh
It
my
dipped
God.
below 80, so that's good. And it dipped below 70 this morning, so there you go.
Ooh.
Definitely reason for socks.
Oh, just in time for the holidays. Yeah, it's in the 40s tonight.
Oh, nice. And your fireplace. They have a fireplace, Julie.
Log burner.
Love
So I'm
that.
like mastering making fire all the time. I'm getting really
That
good
is
at it, man. I
so
had a
butch of
roaring
you.
blaze. Yeah, it really is. I will say this though. I did try and split a log. So I bought this
Oh.
tiny little, like a little mallet and this little sharp thing. Didn't
work out.
Didn't even put a dent in the wood.
Gotta have those Wheaties. Gotta have those Wheaties first.
You know what? Here's the thing though. These people that we bought the house from, they left us an enormous shed full of logs that are already like split.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I was just trying to like make a small one. Like, oh, maybe we don't need a big fire with this
little
big-
tiny one.
Yeah. But no, I ended up making a roaring blaze and it's fine. No log
You got
splitting.
this.
I mean, I had this shirt. I thought I should be able to split a log.
That's definitely a log splitting shirt.
Yeah.
It's
Right? Like Paul Bunyan, but no.
Yeah. It's the
Absolutely
brawny
not.
guy shirt on the paper
Yes.
towel.
It's so true. So yeah, it's quite chilly, but you know what? It's Christmas. It's supposed to be. So
Right.
I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna be okay with it. Yeah. Now that we live by the water, every day is cold.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. Today we drove by the port in New Haven, and we went to a fishmonger.
Oh.
How British
a real
is that?
fishmonger? Like,
A
do they
real-
throw the fish at you?
No,
Yeah, what
but
is
they
that?
they have it all laid out, and you just kind of point to what you want, and then they'll say skin on, skin off, and I was like skin
Oh.
off, and they
Oh,
took it to the thing.
that's
They just
nice.
like, filleted it. Yeah, super fresh, filleted, no skin.
Doesn't look like a fish anymore. I would
Doesn't
like
look like a
it
fish.
not looking like a fish. Yeah.
Doesn't look. Yeah, no face, no eyes, no nothing. Just a
Yeah,
nice
as a
fat
rule, I
fillet.
like all of my food to not be looking back at me.
Right.
Exactly.
As a rule.
It's a good general rule to have.
I will say this: the fishmonger was a woman, and she was so good at what she does. It was just like, when you could just tell it's like second nature to someone. It was like she was doing it fast. She was doing it like it was just absolute perfection to watch. And I was like, you go, girl. And she had this massive, I don't know what kind of dog it was, sitting in her truck outside. And I had to take a picture of it. Let's see if we can see it, because it was.
Well, first of all, girls rule.
Yeah.
So this is not a surprise.
Was she too wearing flannel?
Hold on, I can't see because it's like the
I
bright
know
the
there's a
screen.
weird glare, isn't there?
You know what? Send me the picture and I'll fly it in.
Oh, can we?
Oh, I see it a little bit.
Almost.
I love that dog.
That's
He
a
was
big
so-
dog. I think
Yeah,
our
he
dog
was-
just topped out at 10 pounds.
He was huge, and his name was Bruce.
That's my
was like,
kind of dog.
Bruce, come
Perfect.
on.
From there, we went to a tiny little Italian deli that was as big as a closet, and it had wine, limoncello, cured meats, all kinds of
Wine.
cheeses.
And
Uh,
wine.
And
Yeah,
wine.
wine
And
was
wine.
insane. The family is literally from Sardinia, and the woman looked like Laura San Giacomo, and she was super,
Oh,
super Italian.
there you go.
And I'm like, oh, all these little nuggets that are within a 6-minute drive. This is going to be my new loop. The fishmonger, the Italian deli, the port.
Denise,
set.
that's what's called living in the moment.
Right?
That's what we're all supposed to be doing, is living in the
set.
moment.
It was one of those days. Yeah, like it was just one of those days where it was like, oh, look at all these great places. Like, because we moved, I haven't really been out that much. Like, yeah, I've been up and down the street, met the neighbors, dropped off Christmas cards to all the neighbors today, like things like that. But I haven't really found like the little cool secret places that everybody
Yeah.
goes. And today was like such a win. I was like, okay, this is good. This
I
is
love
good.
that.
Get me in the Christmas spirit. I did, drop the
Yeah.
boatload of money in both places.
There you
Of
go.
course.
Drop
So
the
for,
money.
yeah, I was like, my wife is gluten-free, dairy-free, and meat-free. So
Oh,
as I was leaving today, I was like, can I get you anything from the fishmonger or the Italian deli? I'm good.
No,
Oh,
absolutely
meat-free. I
not.
thought you
Yeah,
said
I'm good.
meat-free.
Meat-free. And the lady at
Yeah.
the Italian place, I picked up like a couple packages of gluten-free pasta, and she goes, "Oh, all our cured meats are gluten-free." I said, "Unfortunately, the person I'm buying this for, she is vegetarian." And the Italian lady, just like this, went like this. Oof,
Yeah, they don't
oof.
favor.
I don't know how to cook for that.
And they have
Yeah,
no problem
exactly.
letting you know. No problem
Oof.
letting you know.
Her face
They
was
don't
priceless. I
approve.
wish I would have taken a snap of it. Just oof. I'm
Like
like, don't worry.
all of the Italian nonas and grandmothers from years past, they don't know what to do with that.
They're
The
just
oof
disappointed.
is the
It's just
appropriate
actual
response.
disappointment,
Oh.
draining. It was fantastic.
You sure it wasn't oofa?
Oof.
Put it on
It was
again,
just like
Oof.
with the
then
hand.
I felt like the pressure to buy a lot of other things because I had disappointed her so badly. I'm pulling meats and cheeses off the thing.
I mean, they used to take the animal out and kill it before they would eat it. So it's,
Yeah,
that
they
doesn't,
had like the legs
they don't
hanging in,
get it.
sausages hanging behind them and legs of lamb and all kinds of stuff. I was like, oh shit.
I've
But
heard
no,
of
it
Catholic guilt, but I've never heard of
Irish
Italian deli guilt.
guilt. Oh yeah. I'm bringing that to the
Yeah,
party. I am
there's
bringing that to the
definitely
party.
Italian guilt though. So you could
The
blanket
look on her
that.
face, added like 40 pounds to my tab, like I just started grabbing shit left and right.
It was all
But I
part of
did,
the upsell. It was
yeah,
all part of
exactly.
the upsell.
Yeah. She knew right off the bat I was Italian, right off the bat. Because the first thing I said was, "Do you have those big jars of pickled vegetables like jardiniere?" And she went, "Oh, yeah,
That was a good.
Now
That was a
we're
good
talking.
yeah,
It proved.
exactly." She said,
Denise, that's vegetarian, right?
That's what she said. That's what she
Perfect.
said.
Win.
So yeah, it was a win. But yeah, it was like one of those days that like because leading up to this, it's been so chaotic, like moving and unboxing and setting up rooms, and in the middle of it, you're trying to Christmas shop, and plan dinner and all that kind of stuff. So it just felt like very chaotic and pressurized. And today was the first day that it was like festive, like
Yeah.
for me. I mean, I'm sure everybody's different, but for me, it just felt like a really festive day walking in the house with my little paper bag full of all kinds of goodies and, that kind of thing. So all I have to do now is wrap, JD. I'm not going to be shopping on
Oh,
Christmas
see,
Eve.
you're like me. You're like
Yeah,
me.
I'm going to be wrapping on Christmas Eve, but I'm not going to be shopping on Christmas Eve this year. I made myself a promise. I was just like, no more stress.
I'm
No
still
more.
going to be shopping on Christmas Eve.
I know. We used to
It's
do
2
that. Like
days from now. You can't squeeze it in between right now and you know what?
2 days.
We should have done this on location. We could have all like
There you
filmed our
go. We
trips
could
to
have been laughing
Costco,
while we did it.
CVS.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Exactly. Like that's what I told JD when I was living in Florida. I would run to Walmart or Walgreens on Christmas Eve and stand in front of that gift card wall.
That was me.
Yeah. and just grabbing gift cards. Yeah, exactly.
And I was trying
So-
to get toys, and I said that was like shopping on the island of misfit toys because none
Oh,
of the
the
toys.
shit.
It wasn't a
At the
real. It wasn't
drugstore,
real-
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't real Barbie. It wasn't
Yeah.
real of any of the things that
Yeah, it was back
the
alley
kids-
Barbie.
Yeah, it was like the imitation Barbie, the imitation Blues Club, whatever that
Yes.
dog was.
Gosh, I feel so seen in this moment.
But here's the thing, Julie Seaver, I vividly remember working with you guys when you guys were at Compass, and Donna and I were doing lesbian lounge stuff.
I
and
remember
we
the
got to
lesbian lounge.
Yes, we got to do events together and everything. So when JD told me you were coming, I was like, "Oh my God, I love a reunion! I love a reunion! I'm so
We've
happy."
been trying to connect, specifically so we can have this conversation today.
Yes.
And I feel like JD reached out like before Stonewall Ball in June.
Yeah.
And it's just been one dumpster fire after another. I mean, I
believe it.
can't wait until 2026. We need a fresh start, right?
We do need a clean slate. We do. And I don't
Totally.
even think I got JD when I was there for Pride, when you were at Palm Beach Pride, when you were singing, when I was there with you, I don't even think I got to see Julie. I didn't get to see you because you were running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Yeah.
So
the
we
whole
didn't
park.
even get like a minute. I didn't even get a minute to say hi. I'm in town. I just wanted to say hi or whatever. It was a madhouse, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
Like that will
Yeah.
still, no matter how many events that Donna and I did over the years, and I'm talking like 12, 13 years, the Palm Beach Prides were always our favorite because of the location, the constant breeze off of Lake Bryant. The fact that it was small and you felt like you got to do every single thing and see every single
Yes.
stall. And no
And it
matter
was
where
the
you were
most
in the
well
park.
run.
Yes. It
most
was
well
Thank you
organized.
so much
It
for
was
that.
organized.
Hopefully
Yes.
we've gotten better over the years, but I always tell folks, because not just Compass or Palm Beach Pride, but all LGBT centers are experiencing loss in funding and loss in
Yeah,
sponsorships. A lot
yeah.
of the major corporations are backing off from wanting their logos on queer
Corporate
events.
sponsor, right?
And
Corporate sponsorship is
and
so
so
down.
we're not the only ones. It's happening. It's been happening for the last few years across the country. And so I always say that Palm Beach Pride may not be the biggest pride in the country, but we have the biggest heart, and we're on the intercoastal, and we
believe
don't
it.
have the. I don't want to give them free advertising on this show, but we don't have the cola sponsor stage, and we
Right,
don't
right.
have the
You don't have Britney Spears playing on the main stage.
Yeah.
this vodka named vodka stage. It's all one stage, so
Yes.
everybody's looking at the same entertainment at the same time.
Yes.
No matter
Yeah,
where you
it's
are, no
run
matter
by-
where you are in the park.
No matter
That's
where
what
you
I
are in the
love.
park.
Absolutely.
And so I might be a little biased, but it's a favorite of mine.
It is. It is.
And
I
it's
will
over.
say
It's
that.
over by 6 p.m.
Right.
Also, in this age, a favorite of mine.
Anybody who has paired up and met each other, they could go out now and get the U-Haul and be at each other's house by then.
It's so true.
Let me just say this:
Nesting.
that my wife and I, we don't drive U-Hauls. We dated for almost 2 years before we decided to move in together.
Okay.
And we didn't get married until we were together for 17 years because we
Wow.
got married at Palm Beach Pride 3 years ago. It'll be
Oh,
3 years
nice.
ago this coming March, because I wanted to be sure that she
Yeah.
was the right one. So it took 17 years to figure that
That's a
out.
pretty good
Um,
amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't be too careful these days. And honestly,
It is such a permanent thing.
it really is. And I always say we don't drive a U-Haul, we drive SUVs.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's
But
how we do it.
I do want to make mention for the Palm Beach Pride that as a performer, you are, but as I mentioned before, it's such a well-run pride. Like, because I've played so many of them, and
Yes.
that one is just You almost always go on exactly when you're supposed to, and if not, it's like right around that time. And you have the tent set up where you could go and leave your stuff and tune your guitars, and just really, as a performer, you get treated very nicely. Like you get the rock star treatment, the VIP
Yeah.
tent, the special parking. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
always such a great experience because there are so many times when you show up and it's chaotic. You
Yeah.
can't find where to go. Who do you speak to? Where's the stage? Which stage am I on? Like you said,
Yeah.
there's one stage, it's really, really well, like kudos to all of you that run that because it's so well
And
done.
back in the day when I was responsible for the entire park, and I really did take that to heart. I recognize it makes perfect sense that you and I wouldn't have connected, Denise,
Yes.
at that year. And now we have 6 different decades of generations working here at Compass. We have
Wow.
that
That's
have
amazing.
employees that are as young as 22 all the way up to our oldest employee is in their mid 70s,
Oh my God.
and everybody has a role at Pride. And we try to set up every single staff member, they are the captain of that team. So we have guest experience, we have emergency services, we have HIV testing, and then the stage and entertainment, that's really broken up into 3 different sections because the way the park is. And
Mhm.
so we only have that one small set of parking and for the entertainers, and we have to watch that like a hawk
Yeah.
because we can't really grow the Pride in more attendees, specifically on Sunday, because we always have the parade that shuts down downtown
Mhm.
Lake
Right.
Worth and spills into the park on Sunday. But we can't tear down Paradise and put up a parking lot. And so
Exactly.
downtown Lake
Exactly.
Worth Beach
Yeah.
has always been like the Key West of Palm Beach County.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Good
so
analogy.
now
Yeah.
I have learned that I cannot control and be all things to all people. And so to make sure that Palm Beach Pride goes on long after I'm gone, we're constantly retraining staff and cross training staff of,
That's
okay, so
fantastic.
you were at the front gate last year. What was your experience? What could we do better? What went
Right.
really well? And what did we totally drop the ball on that we need to fix before this year? And
Mhm.
so we have those kind of assessment uh, reviews right after everybody gets back from taking their time off from being in the park all week. And so um, you know we used to take like any criticisms to heart
Yeah.
as the development team, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
now we recognize this is everybody's event and this is all of our responsibility. It's not just one team's responsibility. And so
Right.
the only way you can do it is you just review, like I said, what went really well, what could we make some tweaks and improvements on, and what did
Sure.
we totally suck at that we are not doing it again this way next year. And it's
Right.
really helped us throughout the years.
That's great. That's
Well,
great. I know parking is definitely, one of the bigger
right.
things. I
True.
can't even imagine living in that neighborhood near the
Can
park.
you
You
imagine?
know, I
They
had to park
Well,
prepared
at
you know
well,
all.
that
though.
old Gulfstream Hotel
Yeah.
is finally actually under renovation. It has been empty for almost 20 years, I
Oh,
believe.
wow.
Oh my
And
God.
so it's a historical
Wow.
Gulfstream hotel. I began working at Compass in 2007 after it had been closed. And so over the years, different companies and restoration um, companies have bought it with the intention to renovate this historical landmark. It's designated historical landmark of this 1920s, early 1900s hotel. And it's right across from the park. And from what I understand, back in the day, the pride parties were amazing. And so we finally met the general manager. We see them painting the outside. They've replaced all the windows. They're supposed to be installing a pool, and like all of these things are being updated on the website. So after 20 years, I don't think it's going to be ready by March. Next Pride is March 28th and 29th. We're always the last weekend in March.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Which is
Easter,
nice,
'cause
too.
we don't want to go against Jesus.
Yeah.
I get you. And you know
That's
what?
the only reason. That's
That
the
would
only
not
reason
be
those dates
good.
would change. Yeah.
But you know what?
But I'm excited about what this hotel's going to look like, because I did go in Halloween. I want to say it was definitely before the pandemic, because they say it's haunted.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
haunted
that's
hotel.
nice.
And so we went in with a paranormal team. It was Halloween night,
Oh,
and it was like a 3-hour tour,
How cool
and
is
they had
that?
not started the renovation yet, right? And so there was, I mean, it's been boarded up for a long
yeah.
time. And of course, over the years, I'm sure, the homeless population, people living with addictions, like you could see that the disarray that this huge story hotel was in. And so they got the rights to be able to, you paid for your ticket. It was like $30.
It was a
And
literal ghost tour.
it really was.
So
And,
cool.
we were set up with like different members of the team, and they had recorders and EVP things and like whatever those things are that you see on
Wow.
TV all the time.
Oh
And
my
I've
God.
always really been interested in that, right? But I always think that maybe for like the different TV shows, like the paranormal things, like maybe they're just doing it for,
Yeah.
TV or whatever. So I
Right.
got lost. I got lost from my group.
Oh, no.
I
Oh
got
my God,
lost
that's
from
a
my
nightmare.
group.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through this dark hotel, no electricity. I've got my phone light on, right? And I could hear voices at the end of the hall. I think there were like maybe 5 or 6 groups of us, maybe 5 or 6 people to a group. And so I caught up with another group, and they had just walked into a hotel room. Because it was built in the early 1900s, the rooms are like super small. Like
Yeah.
there's no king size bed. So a
Yeah.
lot of them had the old furniture.
Oh,
You
wow.
could see the damage over the years that the water and the weather had gotten to. Flipped over mattresses, like really crusty and dusty, right?
Yeah.
And so I followed them into the room, and they started to circle around the mattress, and they put a recorder in the center of the mattress. And so the team lead, the captain of the paranormal group, started asking questions, and we were all very quiet. We didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything. And so he stopped the recorder. He's like, I'm going to play this back. And, just like I expected, you could hear the questions that he just asked in front of all of us. Dead silence. And so he kept fast forwarding. And then the last question that he asked was, are you upset that we're in here? And you could hear this super creepy, whispery, yes. If I was not standing in that room when those questions were being asked and did not hear a single peep out of our group, and then to get it played back in the same room that had just asked the question and we got a response. Every time I think about that moment, I get chills. I'm like, I can't believe it.
Oh, my God.
So, of course, now I watch all of the TV shows, like
Yeah, you
all
have
of
to
them.
now,
I
yeah.
will watch the reruns 100 times over again. I'm like, I'd tell to my wife all the time. She was like, we've seen this episode like 20 times. And I'm like, I know, babe, but I think you missed this part. This is the best part coming up. I need you to watch it with me.
Was the response? What did you hear?
They said yes.
Oh, so the last question was something like, are you upset that we're all here in your space, or something like that? tonight.
and yes, was the
And it was like a whispery, like really short, yes, like, yes,
oh,
I am.
man.
Oh,
I
Did
wow.
couldn't
you run?
believe it. No, I
I
didn't
would've-
run. I think I was just a mixture of like nervous, excited, and creeped out all at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they
Wow.
never had the walking group again after that.
Wow. I'll
Oh,
tell you
wow.
So I'm
what.
excited. I'm hoping that, because they say like when you do reconstruction of like a haunted building or home or historical whatever, that stirs up the spirits. They don't like
Yeah, they
that.
don't like that.
So we just became friends with the general manager over there. His name is Lawrence, and so I'm gonna start asking him some
Wow.
questions.
Yeah.
Feed the
Wow.
spirits some alcohol at the renovated bar. Like I want to know details.
Yeah.
Get them
We're
liquored
gonna-
up. Get those spirits liquored up.
We're gonna show them a good time. They're
Right.
gonna see a really fun pride thing. They can stand on the roof.
Oh my
They can
God.
watch the park.
You know,
God.
That's right.
I go to Savannah. I used to go every single year at Christmas time. So the whole city is decorated for Christmas. That's why I like to go then. But the ghost tours are so prevalent there because it's one of the most haunted
Sure.
cities. Because
Yeah.
they said they built a lot of those buildings on graveyards that they never removed the bodies. So that's the reason why they have all of these haunted
Exactly.
buildings.
London has ghost tours all the time.
Do
The
they?
Jack the
Oh
Ripper.
my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know, like, maybe like that could be like for Pride, you're like, would they let you do that? Like do tours through when they get going? Like maybe you could sell tours.
Well, we were working with Lawrence on like a Pride weekend package.
That'd be awesome.
We could
Yeah.
do like a raffle where
Mm.
people could stay there for the weekend. And then you wouldn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
to worry about finding parking. And then you could walk downtown to the Pride parties afterwards.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great
Realize
idea.
It
that
is,
I'm
honestly.
out in the garden here at the center at Compass.
It's
and
so
there is-
pretty back there.
It's
It
so nice and
is. We have
green.
a volunteer that oversees our garden,
It's
and
beautiful.
Nice.
it's an older couple, and John and Jana, they live in a small area, so they don't have access to gardening anymore. And so they took care of our memorial
Oh,
garden.
nice.
That's gorgeous.
Except it has no plugs, and I'm gonna get shut down in 9% of however many minutes that is. So I'm have to take you with me and move
Okay.
inside.
We'll go with
Okay.
you inside.
We'll
Yeah,
go with
you'll
you.
have to come with.
I wanted to say too, I love that Pride happens in March because it's not so rainy as the ones that do it in
or
June.
sweltering.
Or
you still get
sweltering
a
is the
little.
one.
Well, that's
like
why
I said,
we
it's
have Stonewall
freezing, but
Balls
like-
in
Yes.
June, because the Palm Beach gays like to play in the air conditioning. And
Yes.
Oh my God! Then I identify
Most
as a
of us.
Palm Beach gay.
Me too. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
Yeah, that's the
That
truth.
is
But
true.
that's the one, when we would talk about all the different events, it was the fact that there's that constant breeze off Lake Bryant. So you never feel like gross sweating.
Right,
Yeah, you get the
exactly.
sunshine,
Like, it's like,
but
look, you can have a
you
whole
never
tour
feel
with
gross
me of the
sweating.
center.
Oh, there,
Oh, look at
yeah. I
this.
haven't
This is
been there
fantastic.
in such a long time. It's probably so different from when I was there.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
yeah.
got a gay old Christmas tree, so I'll face the garden.
Oh, it's a rainbow.
Oh,
Christmas
look
tree.
at that. Wow.
Beautiful.
A
Oh,
rainbow
Boy, does it look
tree.
different.
That's fantastic.
That's
Oh,
great.
very nice.
What a cool
Very
place
nice.
to work, Julie.
Yeah, it's the gayest place in Palm Beach County.
That's what you want in a Pride Center.
So I just saw Julie at that Legends. What
Oh,
was the name of Legends Life
Oh, the Legacy Project.
Legacy Project.
So that was our 10th year,
Is it really?
and I was so glad.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
That was new.
you know where I got the idea of we got the idea of doing Compass's Legacy Project in collaboration with Palm Beach Drama Works is the United States National Holocaust Memorial Museum in DC they have been working on a video project for years and years where they're capturing Holocaust survivors' stories. And
Oh,
and they are just so powerful. And so when we got together with Gary Caldwell, who is the executive director at Palm Beach Drama Works, so that theater is right across from the Fountains area in downtown West Palm Beach on Clematis.
yeah.
And so
What a cute
he
theater.
he is able to get the story out of you. If you
Yeah.
don't think you have a story to tell, you absolutely do. And so throughout the year, Gary will give our Compass youth, our youth that are involved in our youth and families program, he will take all of the Compass youth that are willing to be a part of this project for that year and pair them with the selected individuals. And then throughout the year, they get together and they film all of these in-person interviews. And then it all comes together on stage, where he takes all of the video clips and some of the storytelling, some of the youth talking, mostly the legacy project pioneer, the elders, but they prefer pioneers of our
Like that?
movement.
Like that? Yeah.
And they tell the story, and so it comes together like an on-stage, in-person, blended performance along with the video interviews, and it all comes together. And then we have like a little reception afterwards. And so we were really excited that Ronnie
Yeah.
Dunayer was honored this year.
Yeah.
We've been trying to capture her story, but she is so flippin' busy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like she's so
I
involved
know.
in the
Yeah.
not just the LGBTQ community, but the arts district in Delray. Like she's involved in everything.
Kids, charities, anything for kids.
Yep. And
Yeah.
and of course this last year, I don't know, Denise, if you saw, but lovely governor, he decided that the pride crosswalks
Oh,
were
yeah.
dangerous. And
Yes.
so they all had to be painted over. And Ronnie was at every single one of those Delray Beach City Commission meetings. And I will say, Delray did try to put up a good fight. But
Yeah,
in
they
the
did.
end, we lost all of our crosswalks.
I
Man.
know it's absolutely fucking ridiculous because if you go 200 miles north to Daytona,
Yeah.
their crosswalks are the checkered flags for the Daytona Speedway. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it
that's
didn't
not
have anything to
dangerous.
do with dangerous, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
they
Well,
just
you
try
and I know that.
Yeah.
We all know
It just-
that.
yeah, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. I mean, honestly, every day watching the news, breaks my heart. I've limited myself now. I can't. I can't. It's like dumpster diving. Like I don't have the capacity. I don't have the bandwidth
It
anymore.
has been a really rough year.
So, reason that they weren't safe. Like, nothing happened, like, as far as
They
I
didn't have a
know,
They were a
reason.
distraction. They were
Yeah,
saying
It was a distraction, that's really, we're all so used to showing up in crisis, and we take care of us.
Yeah.
We've always taken care of us, even since before the Stonewall riots, even during the AIDS crisis in the 80s. We always take care of us.
Of course.
And every single day people come in to the center and they're just like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had some pretty down days this year. And it's okay to not be okay, and
Yeah,
it's okay
yeah.
to, lay like broccoli on the couch. The problem is
I like
when
that.
yeah, the problem becomes when you stay there.
Yeah.
You can't stay there. Should you promote self-care? Absolutely. We need to be practicing self-care like it's our job.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, I have been working for Compass. This is my 19th year. And I used to be able to just come in the morning, get the floors all clean. Then I would work the development job. Then I would jump over to youth and families. Then I would do some bookkeeping, then I would do some volunteer coordinating. Then, as the center became in the afternoon, when the kids were getting out of school and adults were getting out of work, we turned into more of a health and human services organization, into more of a community center, and all kinds of groups and activities, and Palm Beach County Now, a national organization for women, Equality Florida, like everybody was meeting. And like I used to be able to do that and then write all night long for grant applications that were due, And
Wow.
I'm lucky if I don't fall asleep on the couch 15 minutes after I get home. And
Yeah.
I'm recognizing that, again, we can't be all things to all people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's okay to take a down day, but damn sure we need you. You need to be rested. You need to know when to tap out so that
Yeah.
you can get the rest that you need to tap back in.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to tap back in. It's
That's true.
a lot of people I think struggle with what can I do? What can I do? Like, oh, fortunately for me, I Giving Tuesday, I do my big round of donations to LGBTQ places. But some people can't afford to do that, and then they don't know what to do, and like I have always been, right across from this new house that we're in, it's called a halfway house, but it's
Okay.
not for homeless people. It's for people who've been priced out of Brighton, which is big tourist spot that keeps
Okay.
growing. It's very gay. It's like our Wilton Manors, but
Oh,
it is really expensive to I mean we love Brighton. We could never afford to be there, so we moved next door to it, so we can go into it. But these people are people that have had apartments or flats that have now the building's been purchased, they've been bought out, and they don't have anywhere to go, but they're working, they have
oh,
transportation. So this is just a halfway place, and the woman that runs it works with real estate companies all over, yeah, all over the South Coast here. So she tries to find them affordable places to go. So
Yeah.
in the interim, they stay there. So today, I was passing out cards to the neighbors, Christmas cards and all that. And I ran across her and I had her card on me. And because I've never actually been inside of it, I just see it.
Oh.
I see it from this window right here.
Yeah.
But anyways, she would happen to be coming out, and I was coming out of my house, and we met in the middle of the road. And I gave her this card, and in the card I put, "Please, please, please, let us know if we can volunteer our time, donate
Yes.
things, or help or jump in, for anyone there,
Right,
yourself
right.
included." So after I'd come back inside, I was taking the trash out and she was still out there. I think she goes outside to smoke. But anyways, she said, "You know what? That was a lovely card." She said, I mean, it's so nice. The people that lived here were the same. If you need something, if you need something fixed, if you need something painted, So I said, we just want to step into those big shoes, like Stephen K were like amazing neighbors for them. I said, and we don't want to let you down. So, if there's something we can do, we want
Oh,
to.
that's
And that's
great.
like a little something, I don't know how to fix things. I am a lesbian and I own power tools, but I do not know how to use them.
Well, you
So,
have the flannel shirt
right,
and the
I look
tools.
Yeah,
like I
you're
can.
halfway there, Denise.
I
Come
look like
on.
I can. I will give it an effort. I will
Halfway
give it an
there.
effort. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of people think that there's nothing they can do because they can't throw money at it, but that's not the case.
Right,
Like if
right.
you do your weekly shop and you throw in some extra canned goods or whatever, donate them. If you have the time, donate them. Oh,
Yep.
I think we lost
It's
Julie.
lost
She hit
Julie.
No, you
9%.
didn't lose me. I'm
Oh,
trying to
Oh,
not look like I have an angelic halo over my head
oh.
I didn't notice
because
that.
that would be a lie.
Mhm.
Just trying to move around without making
Maybe.
Maybe
everybody
you picked
dizzy.
up a spirit when you were in the
I
ghost
was
tour.
gonna say.
You never know. You never
Maybe in
know.
another
But it,
life
it
you were.
seems like it's an angelic one, so that's good.
That's good. That's a good sign.
Denise, though, you brought up a really good point in that it's really if you don't have money to donate or connections to make,
Yep.
you can give of your time.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
I
even
mean,
like,
there's only oh, that's better.
there you
Yeah.
go.
There you
That's
are. Oh,
much
nice
better.
background. Wow.
Talk to
Yeah,
us
that's our
about like
center.
helplines. Like helplines seem vital right now.
Right.
And
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, Christmas
and
time,
that's
holiday
so isn't
time.
that there's a way to even like donate your time to those kind of helplines where you're just talking to people that want company, that are lonely, that are having, you know, like I said, sometimes you just run out of bandwidth with all the news that's going on and it weighs you down and you just need to like dump.
Mm.
Um, and I mean, are there ways to do that? Are there ways to, or do you have to have like proper training?
Oh, well, most of the helplines, it doesn't matter if it's for Trevor Project or
Right.
Suicide Hotline. A lot of folks that are answering those phones, do go through some sort of training. You don't have to be a licensed clinical social worker or a mental
No,
health
right, right,
therapist.
right.
But yeah, listen, most nonprofits could not do the work that we all do
Mhm.
without volunteers.
Right.
We
Right.
have 27 staff members and 5 staff members in our clinic. Um, we have an in-house clinic. We've had one since the pandemic, and
Oh, those are so
it's just
important.
it's so great to have culturally competent medical providers
Yeah.
right here in the center. It's truly a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no nonprofit could do all the things that they do, to provide the services that basically we've been picking up the slack on government organizations and what they should be doing to help
Right.
others, for years and years. And so, yeah, volunteers are the lifeblood of
Yeah.
Yeah.
of
Oh, yeah.
every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
nonprofit. So we have several volunteer opportunities here in the center. Of course, we have our front reception desk, which has, for the entire 38 years that Compass has been in existence, has been all volunteer run. So it takes somebody, special to be that friendly voice that picks up the phone.
Yeah.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
it takes people months and months of sitting out in the parking lot to walk through those front doors and
Yeah.
say, I need support in coming out. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I was told to come here to get an HIV test. Like, in those moments of huge amount of fear, you don't know what to expect when you're
Right.
walking through the center for the first time. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what your age is, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Right. Right.
adults that waited much, much later in our life, with questions about their gender identity and expression. And
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter what age you are, it takes a lot of courage to
It
walk through
does.
those
And
front
you're so
doors.
vulnerable. You're so vulnerable in that moment.
Absolutely.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna
So
I
yeah.
mean,
imagine,
Yeah.
can you imagine what our coming out story would have looked like if we had the Pride Center and Compass Community Center
absolutely.
and Pride Lines in Miami? Like, all of these centers were born really mostly during the AIDS epidemic.
Right.
I
Right.
think that Pride Lines might be in Miami might be around 45 years old,
Yeah.
but Pride Center in Wilton Manors, is just a couple of years behind Compass. We started out as the Stop AIDS Project.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was my first
I
place
can't
of,
even
coming
imagine
out support.
my own
Yeah.
coming out. I can't, because it was, like JD and I are both like, late in life lesbian blooms. So for me, the community center, the Gay and Lesbian Community Center down in Wilton Manors was a
Yep.
lifeline. Those Monday
Yes.
Oh,
night
yeah.
rap group, those basketball nights, like all the stuff that they offered just brought the community, together, because you don't, I mean, it's a weird transition from, your normal straight work colleagues, families, friends,
Right.
cousins, everybody, to a whole new community that you want so desperately to know because you were so late and getting there,
Exactly.
you know, so
Exactly.
it was,
And
I mean, there were
not for
people like,
nothing.
God,
Yeah.
Robert Boo, Judy Shepard. I know
Yes.
she's no longer with us, but people like that never gave up, like their volunteer, Ellen Slavin, people that were there every Monday night or for every basketball thing, or their commitment to the center and the community that was using the center was unwavering, and it set an example. I know what when we were doing the lesbian lounge, one of the things we used to say when we started getting asked to do like live events and stuff, there was
This is
never.
before Zoom, kids. For
Yeah,
all of you out
right.
there,
Right.
this is
Yes.
before
This is
Zoom.
before when
Before
you actually
Zoom.
had to get in your car and drive places, but we always said there's nothing we wouldn't do for the community. We hosted fundraisers, we hosted breast cancer awareness things. I mean, whatever anybody from the community center would ask of us, we would be there. We would do it. Movie nights,
Sounds
Yeah.
like a
whatever.
legacy project pioneer story in the
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go. I
we
can't,
talked
I mean,
about that.
I
Yeah.
remember playing at there used to be like a coffee house night at Compass years ago, like
Mhm.
so many
Mhm.
years ago. And
Yeah.
I remember playing at that. And for me, that was my way of like coming out, like easing out into the community because it was a place for me to go play my original music. But I had like a double reason because I wanted to be around that in that world. And I was
Yeah.
still married at the time.
Yes.
So for me, that was a great way to do that. And I remember playing at that. And that was a great outlet, that coffee house, because you got to meet people. I got
Yeah.
to play my music there. And it was just, I found that to be such a well necessary thing. And I would imagine people our age that were in that situation where it wasn't so easy to come out would be the people like now that you might be getting calls from. Maybe do they feel like they wasted a lot of time, or there are people that feel like regret, like I wish I would have done this so early, or are they just happy to be
Maybe.
here?
So I think obviously I can't speak from the experience of, a trans individual. But like in my own coming out story, like looking back, I remember not even being old enough to drink.
Yeah.
And my coming out was me hanging out at the Copa and
Oh yeah.
Jay
Yeah, Jay.
and
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes the reunion room, Squeeze.
Oh my
I-
God.
oh yeah, the one with the big carousel inside. It was on Broward Boulevard. What was that called? There was a pool back there.
Oh. Oh, was that
You know what
Shiro?
I'm talking about? No.
Shiro's?
She Monster or Sea
Oh,
Monster?
Sea
Oh, I remember Sea
Monster.
Sea
Monster,
Monster.
but that's not it.
Whale and the Porpoise? Whale and the Porpoise was a good one too.
Mhm.
Oakland, on
No,
Oakland. Yeah.
I
I
can't
think,
remember the name of it. It'll come back to me, but
yeah.
really, I feel like I was pretty lucky in that I grew up in a house that, my parents and parents, partners, boyfriends, suffered from abuse and addiction. And so it could go either way. And so 18, 19, 20, you're supposed to be an adult the moment you turn 18,
Yeah.
and you all know that we didn't know shit when we were
Right,
18,
right,
right?
Yeah.
Like we're not
Yeah.
friggin' adults.
Right.
And so
Right.
we should not have been coming out in bars that were open until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I had the time of my life. The fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I am still alive,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
was the fact that that 595 wasn't around.
Yes.
Bonaventure and Aventura wasn't even built back then.
There was no such
That
thing
was
as Pembroke Pines. Yeah.
no, like those were the
Yeah.
days where if you got pulled over from drinking and driving, the police officers were like, well, it looks like your address is right around the corner. So you get in and I'll follow you home.
Oh,
sweetie."
wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
I remember one of them in a cop was in the parking lot. I think it was Jay's, and said, so they obviously knew that everybody, was drinking in the bar. Make sure you hit Taco Bell on the way home. Get some food in you.
that's good advice.
Get some food in you. Sit in the parking lot for a little bit before you get back behind the wheel. It was like, okay, okay.
And
I gotta make it to
that
Taco Bell.
and
Okay.
so like I said, the three of us, we remember those times and
Yeah.
and I just think that there's a lot of young people that age where they can start getting into trouble when
Right.
it comes to alcohol and drug
We didn't have the
addictions.
resources, we didn't have.
And so that is that time
Yeah.
you're supposed to be an adult, and that 18 to 29, that is a crucial time
Mhm.
that if you don't have the right support,
Yeah.
you could get in a lot of trouble, especially in South Florida. In general, forget about, the gay community, but in general. And that was also, the time of not only our coming out stories, but we're coming off of the sexual revolution where, our parents were baby boomers. And so, it could go either way. Our grandparents were like, the Republicans that I really miss, like the Republicans that our grandparents were.
Yeah.
It was just a different time then. And so
Yeah.
now that we're older and, as our kids are getting older, like they don't know how
Right.
cool of parents they flipping
They don't
have.
know.
They can't appreciate
Yeah,
that.
so true.
But they also
you know,
can't
the
appreciate the
parents
fact
today,
that
too.
I know what you're doing
What
because
you're trying to
I
get
did
away
those
with.
things too.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And the thing of it, like nowadays,
And
doesn't
more.
seem like parents want to be like friends with their kids, at an age where they should be being a
Parents, not
parent.
friends.
Being
Yeah.
a parent, right? Laying down some laws and saying this is what happens. And you make mistakes now at this age, they could stay with you forever. It can actually affect your future,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
social media out there and stuff like
Oh, God, yeah.
workforces are looking at all social media, nowadays. It's not just your
Yeah.
resume. Now they're looking at social media. They're looking
They
people up
are.
before they hire them.
They are.
That you can make some life-altering mistakes if your parents aren't on top of things,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you said, we had Jay, do you remember the girl that we had on that lived in Liverpool, and she wrote LGBT books that she was giving out at youth centers that had to deal with like coming out and pronouns, and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
actually books that kids could take home and their parents could learn from the books.
Right.
And
Right.
they
Yeah.
were bringing them to work.
We have those books. We have all
Yeah.
the books, all
Oh,
those
wow.
banned books, all the banned books. We have all the banned
These
books.
are like available on
Wow.
Amazon over
Yes.
here.
What?
And
What?
I love that this woman was working with youth groups with
Yeah.
these books and saying, give these to your parents as well. Read these with your parents as well.
And it helped them
one
to
of
come
them, right,
out sometimes.
didn't one of them come back and say, my dad works with some gay people and really wanted to know
Yeah. Yeah.
how to address them, what if I say they and they're not a they?
Right.
Like
Right.
it was all these just very normal questions, and the book actually helped the dad so much that he brought it to work with them
Thank-
for the other workers.
That is a success story because
Yeah.
we need allies. We wouldn't
Right.
have same-sex marriage without our allies, right?
Exactly.
And not for
Exactly.
nothing, but it took two allies to make one of us. So like, yay for the allies, right? We need our allies.
Right.
I think that, obviously, so when you come into the center here at Compass, each LGBT center, right, is really created out of the need of that community. And so there's a huge retirement population in Wilton Manors. And so because once the gays move in and start renovating their houses, the property values go up,
Coffee and conversation. Yeah.
Right. And so, and with coffee and conversation, that was a weekly group that Bruce oversaw for many years, and they get like 250 like older community members for coffee and conversation.
Amazing.
And so we didn't have anything like that. And so we actually went down to coffee and conversation and talked to Bruce. And Bruce, he was of that age group. And, here's a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old snot-nosed kids going, well, how can we build what you have down here back up here at Compass? And he was like, listen, nobody's coming unless you offer free coffee and donuts.
It's so true.
Like if you don't have free coffee and food, they won't come. So we were like, okay, well, we don't have any funding for this group, so what do we do? And then they built a Starbucks next door. And so we started working with Starbucks, right? And so over the years, it became the same idea of coffee and conversation. So we called it Coffee Clutch.
Perfect.
Because that was my grandmother's term. Whenever she would gossip over the fence, she was like, oh, I ran into the neighbor. We had a little coffee clutch today. Guess what the Smiths are doing down the street?
They were spilling tea back then.
Right. And so depending on what your need is, if you are a parent and you have a 7-year-old child that is identifying trans, you're in the state of Florida, you're scared to shitless. I think for the most part, like most parents understand the gay, lesbian, bisexual thing, right? Because for many years, our youth groups, they were gay and lesbian youth groups. I'm just going to be honest. It wasn't, we weren't being referred to as queer because our generation looked at queer as a bad word. And I remember we had an 11-year-old one year, many years ago, and his name was Christopher. And I was like, well, we don't really like folks my age don't really like the word queer. Because it means off, it means strange, it means out of place. It's got negative connotations. And Christopher just looked straight me in the eye, did not miss a beat, and said, well, Miss Julie, if queer's not your word, then you don't get to use it.
Okay. I love that.
Well, I just got schooled. Right? But in the end, he was right. He was absolutely right. Because so depending on what you're looking for, maybe you're a parent or a grandparent. We have a lot of grandparents coming to look for support for their LGBTQ child, sibling, grandchild, niece, nephew, maybe a next door neighbor, whatever that looks like, right? Or maybe you're a school teacher and you're looking for support because you have a student that is not out and they're spending every lunch in the art room, library, whatever that looks like. Or maybe you are 75 years old and you are with the same partner for 60 years and they're gone now, and you're just looking for community and connection so that you're not so lonely. Or maybe you're a young adult, 20 to 29, you're getting into the drinking age, but you don't want to go out. You're very shy. Maybe you don't have any money. Things are hard these days, inflation, rent. you just need a safe place that you can go. And so depending on who you are and what you're looking for, we have all of those programs here at the
Yeah.
center. And so for me, it's so fun to be able to walk past the youth drop-in center and see little kids giggling and having a good
Aw.
time and
Yeah.
just being their authentic selves. Like they're not talking about the problems of the world or how they identify. They're just kids
Yeah.
versus, having older folks that are coming out later in life. They feel like they're going to devastate their entire family, or
Exactly.
they're
Such a
waiting for
pivotal
their
place in
kids
life.
to
Yeah.
move out, to go to
Mhm.
college before they come out to their heterosexual spouses and
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah.
Like they think that the whole world's going to end, that
Yep.
they're going to
Yep.
ruin everything by coming out and being their authentic selves. And I remember the day that I decided I was going to come out to my daughter. She was 8, and she had been gone for the longest time, at summer at her dad's family's up in Michigan or Wisconsin or one of those damn states. And so she came back and she was all excited. Well, we went to the lake and we caught salamanders and we went to 4th of July. And what did you do, mommy? And it was in that moment that I was like, I am going to feel like a hypocrite if I don't tell her what mommy spent time with over the summer. So Penny and I had just started dating that summer.
Oh. Oh.
And so I was like, well, Penny and I did this and Penny and I did that. And so who is Penny? Penny is mommy's friend. And as I'm like, I didn't have a plan for this, but I had set it up in my mind where this was going to be the end all, the day I had to come out to my 8-year-old, right? Because I didn't think that I would have to come out to her. And I was like, well, Penny is like mommy's friend. Like, you know how mommies and daddies love each other and grandpas and grandmas love each other? That's how mommy feels about Penny and how Penny feels about mommy. And she was like, okay, so like you would go out on dinner dates together and you would go out and you would be together. Like you wouldn't be afraid to hug this person. You would have show them affection like mom and dads do. And I was like, yeah. And so she sat there what felt like forever. And then she was like, that's cool. When's dinner? I'm hungry. Like I had built this up in my head.
Yeah, we all do that.
And
We all do that.
the kids don't really.
They don't care.
They really
Like,
They
they
don't.
just
care
don't
about
care.
everything else,
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
truth. I mean, like I said, I was a late bloomer, and when I had to tell my very tight-knit group of like Italian
Mm.
Catholic friends, that were all married, they were starting their families and everything.
Sure.
And I, was so nervous about telling them, and so I had like two groups. One were my New Yorkers, and one were my Philly girls, who
Yep.
were I was more fearful of than than the New Yorkers. So I told my Philly friend, and she sat with it for a minute, and she was like, "I feel like we always knew this.
Everybody knows.
I feel like we always knew."
We all knew before you did.
They're like,
Yeah,
you're
and
the
then she's
last
like,
to know.
Very Philadelphia
Right.
goes,
Right.
"Did you ever have a crush on me?" And I was like, "Oh God, no. I think it'd be like,
Well,
oh,
why
no.
not?
Why not? Is it my big fat thighs?" That was the first thing she said. Is it my big fat thighs? And I was like, where do you go with that? Like, but
Like,
yeah,
oh
they
gosh,
were
no, I
so
never
good
had a
about it.
crush on you. You were my good friend. Well, why
Yeah.
didn't you have a crush on
Yes,
me?
it was like they were actually offended. So then,
They were
yeah, I had to
offended.
lie a couple of times, But yeah,
I was
it's
worried that my friends were going to be upset with me as to why didn't you tell me all this time? Like my really close friends, like Judy, because I was in the band with her, with a girl I was seeing, and I was like kind of, I was divorced, and I had a girlfriend
Yeah.
before that, but they just thought she was my friend. And then when I
You got
started,
away with that for so long.
I got away with that, but you guys knew. They
We
knew.
knew. Yeah.
Mostly everybody else knew. My sister knew, like nobody was shocked. My mother didn't care anymore because she just didn't want me to be alone. So I was divorced,
That's so
and she was just
Italian.
happy that I wasn't alone.
So Italian? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
it's so Italian.
She
Yeah.
didn't care as long as I was with someone and I wasn't alone. It never bothered my mom. But
Just
Judy,
don't be
because
alone.
we traveled on a couple of like out of town shows, and we shared like a cabin. And then so Joni and I, because we were together, but we would be
Right.
in separate rooms, like we kept it secret, you know? And I was afraid Judy would say, because I knew Judy for 25 years, we played in a
Yeah.
duo. I was afraid she was going to say, why didn't you tell me? We were in this band for 3 years with Joni, and you never told me that you were
I can't
together.
even, I can't, now that I know Judy, I can't
But she
imagine
was
her
not
being
like that. When I
No.
told her, it was when Joni had dumped me. So I was breaking down and crying at those stupidest things. I was renovating my new place, and it was like I couldn't get like the color paint I wanted, and I would just be in tears. And Judy knew I wasn't like a crier, and she's like, she dragged me into one of the rooms while the workmen were working. You heard this story, Denise.
Yeah,
And she's
yeah.
like, you have got to tell me what's going on with you. Tell me right now. And I
She loved this paint color.
I finally told her, and then she was like, and I fully expected her to say, we went to rehearsals together, you didn't tell me. But I mean, I didn't think she was going to be angry, just hurt that I didn't tell her. And you
Right.
know what she said? She like wells up with tears, and she gives me the biggest hug, and she said, I thought you were going to tell me you were sick. She said,
Yeah.
I am so happy that this is all it is. You know, she said, I thought you were very sick and dying or something. You know, she
Yeah,
didn't know
you
why I
make
was
it so
breaking down and
big.
crying over the stupidest things, you know? And
Yeah.
so I
We
felt
make it out to be so much worse that it's gonna
so
be.
much
And the thing
worse.
now, like there's so many like I don't know what you call support groups, support groups,
Right.
whether they're
But it was
online, over
our
the phone, in
generation.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
like
so
Julie
many
said.
resources at everyone's fingertips, no matter your age. Like I said, you're in a vulnerable state no matter what is on your mind that you've, like you said, have got to the parking lot of the center. So it's like you said, whether it's somebody that's aging and or had lost a long time companion, whether it's someone young that wants to get HIV testing, no matter what it is, you are at the most vulnerable that you possibly could be at. But I think the important thing for any of those people is to know that there are centers across the country. Like my Donna works for Centerlink, and I'm always
I
in
love
awe.
Miss Donna.
Aw,
I'm her biggest fan.
Donna and
aw.
Denise Spivak, right? I mean,
I
Denise is
mean, rock
amazing,
stars. Rock
rock stars.
stars.
So what I've learned, is what they do, but also that there are 247 centers that they work with.
Mhm.
And when I heard that number, it blew my mind. And now they're going kind of like international.
It's
And that was
crazy.
Yeah, a
another
couple in
thing.
Canada,
Yep.
some in South America.
Working on England, working on
Wow.
some England things. But yeah, I mean, as far as Puerto Rico, I mean, that's still US, but that's the stretch, that's the reach. And the programs that they have and the things they have in place and the support that they give all the other communities and everything was eye-opening to me. And that's the kind of stuff, like the reason why we do this show is to make people understand that there are things right at your fingertips, on
Yeah.
your phone, on your laptop, in front of your face, um, that are right there, for constant support. And you don't have to feel like we did when we were in our late
Right.
20s, early 30s, and being scared, being nervous, being afraid. That's normal. but we couldn't talk it out where now you
Right.
can.
There was
You know,
nowhere.
now there's so many different avenues. You could be like coming out as a non-binary, as, you know, gender fluid and pansexual or asexual or whatever it is, you know, like there's so many
You
things
know what
now.
I
So
want to see funding for? I want to see funding for and a strong support system for lesbians, postmenopausal lesbians. Like,
oh,
are we supposed to be is HRT cancer causing? Are we supposed to be on HRT? I thought menopause was just hot flashes, which I don't have any. Am I supposed to be eating pineapple every single day for, you
yep,
know?
yep,
Or does that do
yep.
nothing? Because it gives me a lot of heartburn. Like I
You're
don't
so right. I'm going through that. I'm going through the
like there's
post.
nothing, there's
Yeah,
no information. And I feel like, once you find like a social media account that you can trust, they're selling whatever it is they're selling.
Right,
So I don't
right.
trust
So
that.
you don't know,
And there
yeah.
is no funding for women. When
right.
you really look at our LGBT centers,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of them, have to come over the stigma of, well, I just thought that was for gay men.
yeah,
When
yeah.
you think about it and the funding, like look at the Pride Center. So we all started as, HIV testing and prevention and case management programs for people living with HIV. And it was the lesbians in the background that were cooking
Doing
dinners
it.
and
Yeah,
and taking care of their gay friends.
doing the hospital visits. Yeah.
And I remember when I first started working here, they were like, well, have you ever written grants before? And I'm like, nope, I'm your girl. And so Susan G. Komen put out like a grant funding request. And so um, I wrote it for a program focused on LBT women.
I had to get those.
I
All the
got all of
letters,
it.
yeah.
Bisexual,
Lesbian,
transgender. Okay.
bisexual, and trans women,
Yeah.
right? And healthcare providers that focused on those populations, specifically in the perimenopause, postmenopause, and that I had always heard that women who do not bear children have higher instances and rates of breast cancer, right?
Yes, that I
And
knew.
so,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yes. So you're brand new. I mean, this was years ago, like that beautiful pink bus, the mammogram bus. We could park it at Pride, and I would have a line around the park for free mammograms
Oh,
for
definitely.
everyone. And they're like, well, I don't really think that that's our focus population. I'm like, oh, no, 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 you don't understand. So LGBTQ people have higher instance rates of alcoholism. Many of us become smokers. Yes, that is the right place for you. We also have historically not had domestic partnership or same sex marriage health benefits. And so
Right.
many of us don't have health insurance. So we're never going to spend whatever it costs to get a mammogram. Some of us can't even afford the copays if we are insured for a mammogram. So,
Yeah.
yes, it is exactly. This is where it starts. This is how we tackle the HIV and AIDS epidemic by
Right.
offering free testing.
Yeah.
And we know that early detection and early screenings means early care and prevention. And so, yes. And they were like, yeah, we just don't pitch ourselves at
Wow.
lesbian bars or prides. We don't think that's the right way to
Wow.
go.
That's crazy,
And
Yeah.
and the fact that so many people, let's just say people, are affected by breast cancer. And yep, the big
Yeah.
pink bus, Susan G.
Yeah.
Komen,
Yeah.
of
Oh,
all
man.
of the breast cancer foundations,
Yeah.
said, I don't think that your population is
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
and
surprising.
That's very
that has sat with me
disappointing.
for a very long
That's
time.
disappointing.
Yeah, I would
People
hold a
don't even
grudge.
know that. You know what? People wouldn't even think that because they're so well known as this big but I've heard other things about that organization where they're not always as supportive as you think they would be for certain things. And
Like I
But if you
said, this
take
was
if you
back
take
in
the letters
2008 or
away,
9.
like
it's
take
just
the letters
women.
away,
Yeah. It's
it's women.
people. You're
It's
right.
women. Yeah, it's people.
Yeah.
I don't need. That's
But
crazy.
I think it's always like when there's funding that needs to be done for something that affects men, it always gets done much quicker than
Yeah.
it is
That
for anything for women.
that
Yep.
messery right there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. It is. I know. I hear from the double D's at Centerlink how bad it is, and it scares me. That's
The
why I
double
said like
Ds.
the double D. But that's why Giving
I would not get
Tuesday
away
is
with
big for
calling them
me.
that, but I'm laughing on the inside that you
I can't.
can
I can't
because
do
Donna
that.
that's
and Donna.
fantastic.
That's
That's
excellent,
funny.
right?
But I gotta
Um,
say, like, what you guys do at Compass is just so across the board amazing. Like you help everyone from the older people, the older generation, because a lot of people, I think, in that generation, the older generation it has there's loneliness because maybe they don't have partners now, or
or their
they
partners have
had a
passed.
partners and the partner passed away, and where do they go? And then like all the way down to the teens that need guidance.
Sure.
Like you do so much great work there that
Yeah,
it's
it's
definitely,
I got
never
a really
you
ending.
good
know,
team and I have a
and,
lot of
and
help
it's got to
that
be
makes my job
more than a
easier.
full-time job for what you do
Yeah,
to keep that place going so well
but we should
and
let people
alive.
know that
Yeah.
do you have online services as well as in center services. They can go to
That's
Compass.
right.
Is it Compass
Oh,
PD?
yes. So if you want to visit all of our programs and services or check out our, hold on one second. Let me put my glasses on.
Get those glasses on.
So we have a lot of events and activities, and so you can visit the center virtually on the World Wide Web at CompassLGBTQ.com.
That's it.
Uh,
Yeah.
and so all of our programs and services are listed at the top. And if it's not listed at the top, then you can always just give us a call and we can help you find the right services. We have some events that are coming up in the spring. We just finished our annual major donor gala on the island.
Oh, fantastic.
DJ Karen Ward always plays that for us
Oh my
because
God. Bing.
a
That rang a
lot of,
bell.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
listen, she's got it going on. She knows our generation, our pool of
Mhm.
donors, and
Yep.
she's got that South Florida Hamptons connection.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so that's perfect. And so that went off really well. And then upcoming in February, of course, is our Mr. and Miss Palm Beach Pride pageant. We're having it in the daytime. So
Uh-huh.
that
Nice.
means I won't be past my bedtime. Um,
Fantastic.
it's actually going to be on Valentine's Day, but it's
Nice.
during the
Cute.
day. And that leads up to Palm Beach Pride and the parade, which is the last weekend in March 28th and 29th. Of course, we're already got the host committee working on Stonewall Ball, which is at the Kravis Center. I'm
Mhm.
going to have to say that this past year, Stonewall Ball, we kind of killed it this year.
Yeah.
Bet
We
you did.
had many houses that do underground ballroom, and I'm not
Yes.
talking about like Fred Astaire ballroom. I'm
No, we're
talking
talking
about
like pose,
house
right?
pose.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's
It
cool.
was so
Love that
incredible,
show.
and folks from all over, like, nobody is bringing this from the underground, like nobody's doing this.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm like, but there's a whole community of these kids and they are so talented. And
Yeah.
so it was kind of like a pop-up pose event.
Wow.
Oh
So we had a
man.
great time. So we're looking forward to that this year. It's usually the last Saturday in June, but this year, I think because of the schedule with the Crowd Center, it's June 20th. And
Okay.
of course, we have things throughout the summer, summertime madness, all of our awareness days. We just finished with the Joyride, so we'll find out how much. We're still fundraising for the Joyride, which benefits 5 organizations across the state of Florida, which include Pride Lines in Miami, Broward House in Fort Lauderdale, Compass in Palm Beach County, Miracle of Love in Orlando, and Epic Empath Partners in Care in Tampa, St. Petersburg area.
Oh,
So we're
You got it
still
covered.
fundraising for that.
Covered.
We have
Great.
lots of fun things to do. And you know, every once in a while I break out of my shell and peel myself up off the couch, and I like to come down to Wilton Manors and have some good food.
Yeah. Go
Nothing
visit.
that the Nonas make, but you know, I mean, I'll take
No,
second
just
best, right?
Go visit the lesbian Nona Carol at apartment
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
9F, right? Apartment
9F.
9F.
9/11.
9F. 9F. 9/11.
Oh, 9F.
9F.
9F. Yeah, I mean, always good stuff. Great chef over there, and Carol, front of house, can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
But no, I between West Palm and Wilton Manors, I like South Florida is lucky, lucky to have such good resources at their fingertips.
Yep.
Whether it's like you said, whether it's
Absolutely.
online or drop in. It's vital. It's vital in these times right now, especially to know that there are people that care and that people are there and they're not gonna let you down. Like that's the
Right.
most
There's
important thing.
something for everyone.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. Oh, Julie, man,
I'm so
it's
happy
been
we
so
finally
great.
got you on,
Yeah.
Julie. This is
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
We appreciate
You
it so
know,
much.
we just need to take a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I had
90.
minutes. Maybe I just wasn't feeling it. And like, I
Yeah.
don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to talk about. Like, what am I possibly going to talk about? We haven't shut up.
Right.
I was just going to say, wait a minute.
Exactly.
We started with ghosts and we ended with resources. We are good. We have
covered it
found
all.
the things.
We covered it
Yeah,
all.
we have found the things.
Well,
All right.
thank
So you
you
guys
so
are going to put
much.
out that poll for me about what we're supposed to be doing in our 50s and 60s for our
Yes.
bodies.
I love that.
Put that out.
So that we can pull some more resources.
Yeah.
Yes.
It needs to happen
People
because
need to
I'm
know.
with you. I'm with you.
I'm
in the
already
middle
here.
of it.
Yeah.
I am in
Yeah,
the
me
middle
too.
of that.
Yeah.
It's
We could do
terrible.
better, and women are going to do it. I think that women
Yes.
are going to
Yeah.
lead the charge. It's
Right.
our responsibility. We're used to it. So
Right.
As
just
usual.
let us do
Ours-
it.
As usual,
Yeah.
right? Just
It's
get out of
our-
our way.
Health.
out of our way.
It's our health issues that aren't being addressed. A lot
Yeah.
of them. So that's why we need to do that.
Of course.
You're so right.
But
Yeah. Ladies,
Well-
this has been fantastic.
Well, let's not wait so long to do this again.
no, not at
No.
all.
You got
We'll
it.
be in touch. We're coming after you.
All righty.
All right.
I
Thank
hope
you
I
so
see
much,
you next time I'm
Julie.
in town.
Have a great holiday.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you,
too.
Julie.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Fighters, we won't back down. Voices loud, tearing through the ground. Every wound's a badge we wear with pride. Never surrender. We've got the fire inside. Told to hush, told that we're too loud, but we scream and we'll never bow. Tears and scars forge this steel. No more doubts, this power's real. We are unbroken, we're the storm. All their rules, we've torn apart the norm. No apologies, hearts ablaze, we're the sun, we're the